Okay, welcome everyone. This is Scott here again with a new video to help you learn how to trade, invest, and master your finances so you can apply that knowledge in the real world and multiply your money. And in today's video, I'll be discussing whether or not you should be trading options on very high implied volatility meme stocks like AMC here, or Virgin Galactic, Bed Bath & Beyond, BlackBerry, etc. Now, first off, I do want to give a brief channel update, and that is I will be traveling later this week and taking some time off, so I will not be uploading a live option trading video on Friday. This week we'll just have two videos, this one and then on Wednesday, and next week same thing, only two videos. But next week will include a live option trading video on that Friday. So that's the update. Now, as always, before we get started here, for those of you who are new to the channel, I just want to let you know that I do also teach on SKILLSHARE, where you can take my very in-depth classes on options trading and stock market investing. And I provided some links to some of the introductory courses of mine in the description of this video below. So be sure to check them out. And when you sign up for SKILLSHARE using any of those links, you'll get a 2-week free trial. Okay, so let's dive in here now. And I'm sure that you've heard about AMC being talked about all over the news, along with a few other of these quote-unquote meme stocks like Bed Bath & Beyond or GameStop, Virgin Galactic, etc. Because a lot of these stocks, once again, are experiencing a pretty major short squeeze. And of course, AMC is the star of the show, right? The stock literally doubled in only a single day. It went from about 35 bucks per share all the way to 72 bucks per share, and now it has been selling off. But who knows? This could continue and go back higher, or it could totally collapse and go back down lower. Still too early to say what will happen, but should you be involved in trading options on these kinds of stocks? And I'm talking about either buying options or selling options. What are the pros and cons for each approach when dealing with these meme stocks? Well, let's first handle the case of buying options. And it should be no surprise that for stocks like AMC and GameStop, most people are buying call options. Right, if you come to the trade tab real quick, and let's go into the July expiration cycle, already have it pulled up. And so based on where AMC closed as of Friday at just under 48 bucks per share, if we go to the 48 strike call option and we take a look at the delta for this call option, you can see the delta is 71. Now, normally for an at-the-money option, where the strike is basically the same as the current stock price, the delta should be exactly 50. And just as a side note here, the reason why this option is not also highlighted in blue like these one here is simply because after hours after the market closed on Friday, AMC did drop by an extra 3 or 4 bucks. But again, just for the sake of this example, I'm just going to go off the closing price of the stock at 48 bucks per share. So because the 48 strike call option has a delta of over 70, this is showing you a massive call skew, which basically means the vast majority of people are just buying call options like crazy on this stock. And so when it does come to buying options on these super volatile meme stocks, your best bet honestly might be to buy call options, not put options. And here's why. Because if you do buy call options and you get the direction correct, right, perhaps this short squeeze is not over, although I personally do think it is. But if it's not, and AMC does bounce from here, you will not only get the direction correct on your call option, which will be profitable, but the implied volatility for AMC will also likely expand further. And in case you don't know, when implied volatility expands, that increases the prices of options, right? So when you buy an option and the price increases, either from getting the direction correct and or implied volatility expanding, that's obviously going to be a very profitable outcome for you. That being said, in my view, this is still a very low probability trade, right? Short squeezes like this happen extremely rarely. You almost never see a stock double in price in one day. So the chance of AMC going crazy again, doubling in price again, is very low. Of course, it could happen. I'm not going to predict the future here, but regardless, buying call options on AMC at this point is still a very low probability trade. However, it's still better than buying put options on AMC, which might sound a bit odd, right? Because if you're like me and you do think this short squeeze is over, well then shouldn't I be buying put options? If AMC continues to collapse in price, wouldn't that be a profitable trade? And to be honest, it probably will not be. And the reason being has to do with implied volatility again. So if I were to buy a put option on AMC, and if I was correct in my directional assumption and AMC continued to move lower, you are almost certainly going to see implied volatility collapse. Right? Currently, the implied volatility for AMC is at just under 330%. You almost never see a stock with implied volatility that high unless it's a short squeeze situation. And these situations are very short-lived usually. So ultimately, because when implied volatility collapses, that's going to significantly reduce the prices of all options, puts included. And the collapse in option prices from the contraction of implied volatility will likely completely cancel out the profits that you would make from getting the direction correct. So sure, I can buy a put option with the 45 strike, and perhaps in a few days or weeks the price of AMC drops from 48 down to 30. I would assume I would make a very nice profit, but if implied volatility contracts too much, then I may find I'm actually down money. So bottom line here, when buying options on these super high volatility meme stocks, whether you're buying just naked options or debit spreads, I think your best bet is to keep buying call options if you think the short squeeze is not over yet. But again, just to reiterate here, this is still pretty much a gamble. It's still a very low probability trade. Buying put options will have almost a 0% chance of making money, but at least buying call options might give you some chance of making money. So what about selling options now? And in my view, option selling strategies are much more suited for these very high implied volatility stocks because of that very reason. The implied volatility is so high, which makes these options very, very expensive. Right, in the case of this July expiration cycle, I could sell the 145 strike call option for almost $1,000. That's pretty incredible. So selling options on these kinds of stocks is much less of a gamble because you can give yourself a much higher probability of turning a profit, in addition to the fact that it's basically guaranteed that the implied volatility for this stock will come down significantly once the short squeeze is finally over. And implied volatility contraction is always on your side as an option seller. And if I can combine these two things, taking advantage of implied volatility contraction and also a very high probability setup, or a position with a very high chance of turning a profit, now this is looking a lot more like a real trade, not just a gamble. That being said, should you prefer credit spreads to keep your risk defined in case this short squeeze is not over, or should you go with naked options to take full advantage of that super high implied volatility? And in my view, I think you honestly should go with naked options unless you are willing to do very, very wide credit spreads. And the reason being, and let's say for example, I wanted to sell this 47 strike call option and then buy the 50 strike call option and make it a $3 wide call credit spread. Let's go ahead and set that order. So sell one contract, 47 strike call option, buy one contract, and it's going to be the 50 strike call option. Total credit is $75. And there we go. As long as by July 16th, by the expiration date, if AMC is below our short call strike, you'll get to keep the full $75. And also you have the benefit of defined risk on this position. So if the short squeeze is not over and AMC goes from 48 to 150, the most you can lose on this position is $225. Not a big deal. So this definitely can work. It's not necessarily a wrong or incorrect way to trade AMC. It's just not very effective. That's because with the implied volatility for these meme stocks being so incredibly high, the Greeks on the options in your spread here are going to be very, very close to each other, if not the same, for these very tight, narrow spreads. And so I'm specifically referring to delta, theta, and vega. And you can see the delta for the 47 strike call option is 72, and the delta for the 50 strike call option is 70, basically the same. The theta values are basically the same, 23 versus 24, and the vega values are also identical, 5 versus 5. And so I'm not going to spend that much time here talking about why this is a problem. I do have a separate YouTube video explaining why super high implied volatility stocks are bad for very narrow credit spreads like this. I'll post a card above linking to it so you can watch it. But that being said, if you do want defined risk on these strategies, and I certainly don't blame you if you want that, you'll have to go very wide in your spreads. And I'm talking maybe go $20 wide at least, which at that point, you're almost trading naked options anyway, so you may as well go with selling naked options, right? Because one, selling this credit spread, I only get to keep $75 in the best case scenario, and also because of the Greeks issue, the price of this entire spread is going to move extremely slowly. Whereas instead, if I just sold the 47 strike call option naked, I would now have 100% full exposure to all the Greeks. And on top of that, the total credit I would collect in the best case scenario is $2,000, not $75. So in my opinion, selling naked options is the best approach for these super volatile meme stocks, but you do need to have some serious mechanics and protection in place if things do go wrong. Right, of course, if I were to sell this option, my intention here is that I assume this short squeeze is over, that AMC is going to continue dropping in price, and also implied volatility will continue to contract, and both those things together will work in my favor to reduce the value of this option, either to zero if I hold it all the way to the expiration date, or simply reduce the value by a significant amount, which then allows me to buy the contract back and make the difference in prices as a profit. However, if the short squeeze is not over, if AMC starts to go up in price once again, along with implied volatility, the losses on this position could be astronomical if I don't do something. And there are a few ways to manage a naked option like this. I'm not going to go into all of them in super great detail here because I do have separate videos on that topic. But essentially my three choices are as follows. I can, one, either simply buy the contract back and cut my losses if the price of this contract hits a certain point, basically a stop loss. So for example, if the price of this call option goes from 2,000 to 3,000, at that point, I may just say I'm done, I'm getting out, cut my losses, and move on. I would lose $1,000, but that outcome would certainly be a lot better than if I did nothing and AMC went from 48 to 300. You just never know. Option two is I could sell a naked put option against my call option here. And the delta of the put option I sell would help to cancel out the delta on my call option. And that would serve to slow down the losses pretty significantly. And as AMC continues to move higher and higher, I could just keep rolling my put option up higher and higher as well. And through this process, I will continue to collect more and more credit. And also, like I said, to help neutralize the delta on my call option. But even this approach will not save you if AMC literally doubles or triples in price over the next few days. So in that case, your third option is to start buying shares of stock, right? Because when you sell a naked call option, this means you are obligated to sell 100 shares of the underlying asset, AMC, at the strike price if by the expiration date, the stock is above your strike price. So if I am wrong on this trade and AMC starts to explode once again, at some point I could just buy 100 shares of stock, which means from that point going forward, no matter how high AMC goes after that, $300 per share, $500 per share, $1,000, it won't matter because I will have my obligation on this contract completely covered. I will definitely lose money by the expiration date if AMC never comes back, right? Because if, for example, if I bought those 100 shares, once the price of AMC got to $60 per share, well then come July 16th, I'm going to have to sell those shares at only a price of 47. That's going to be a loss. But still a much, much better outcome than losing tens of thousands of dollars if I did nothing and AMC went to $300 or $500 per share. So bottom line here, in my view, selling naked options on these kinds of stock is the best way to trade them. But it's absolutely crucial before you ever send the order that you will know exactly what to do if you are wrong on the trade. Keep your risk in check. And the best way you can do that is actually to keep your trade size small on entry. I know it's very tempting to sell a lot of these contracts for $2,000 a piece, especially if you are correct and AMC does continue to fall in price, implied volatility contracts, and then you have a massive payout. I get the temptation of that, but if you are wrong, if your trade size is just way, way too big, and even with your mechanics of maybe selling put options or buying shares of stock, etc., you may not have the available capital to do that, or you simply may not do it in time, and you can still get totally blown out on this position. So finally, in summary here, if you do want to gamble on these meme stocks, if you want to risk only a small amount of money in the worst case to make theoretically unlimited profits, then I think your best bet is to simply play into this short squeeze, continuing further and buying call options. And then if you're looking to actually trade these stocks with proper risk management and proper mechanics, I think selling naked options are your best bet. Just make sure your trade size is very, very small, and you also have a concrete game plan to manage potential losses. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know your thoughts or if you got questions in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you want to take some very in-depth classes on options trading and stock market investing, then check out my SKILLSHARE courses. Links in the description of this video. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I drop new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you don't want to miss out. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.